My name is Maya, and today I want to talk about art, purpose, activism, and more. I often struggle with the question of what to do in the world, how to find something that makes me happy but also helps the world. Growing up, I was often told to make the world a better place. Even when you were little and you were asked what do you want to do, there was some sixth sense and inherent understanding that whatever it was that you chose would have to include making the world a better place. I want to question that. What's better? By whose standards are we judging good? Is it the global values we share as Western countries, or rather impose on other people? My values are different from my brother's. Partners can have values that align, but everyone has their own values. Every city, every country, every family, every state, every region, every continent, every hemisphere. Values are relative to each person. So what do we mean by doing good? How can we impose that even from a young age when the idea of what's good or bad hasn't really been learned yet? What's good for one country might not be good for another. The other phrase I would often hear is follow your heart and you'll make the world a better place. Again, I question this. Some people are terrible and want to do terrible things like take oil out of the earth. That person isn't really helping the world. So when I look around and try to figure out how I want to help the world be a better place in a way that really helps people, it's definitely a struggle. I often found that what brings me joy is art, making videos like this. This is art the way writing an essay is art. Sharing your ideas, your thoughts, I believe that is art too. But I also play music sometimes. I enjoy drawing. That's what brings me joy. Editing, color grading, making things pretty, making things beautiful. And for many, many years, I struggled to find the connection between that, making beautiful art, and helping the world in a concrete way. I can be cripplingly logistical, needing a linear path from what I'm doing in my day-to-day to helping the world. I look around at the news and I see headlines that make me sad. I see the world crumbling. I see people getting hurt and I can't help them. So in these instances, my mind would wander to maybe being a lawyer or maybe going into policy, doing something to help those that didn't have the privileges that I do, using my brain to try to help people. Unfortunately, I'm not called to be a lawyer or work in policy or work for nonprofit. I've tried working for nonprofit before and it wasn't for me. This led to a lot of inner turmoil of wanting to do something I enjoyed but not seeing how what I did helped the world. Enter Artivism. I found out about it through this book that my boyfriend gave me. It's called How to Be an Artivist. It chronicles the story of the author, Nikkolas Smith, and his journey of finding art, finding activism, and connecting the two. It's got beautiful art that inspired me, and all of a sudden, it clicked. Doing this matters. The book talks about how the author's art, going on murals and going viral online, inspires people to donate, to help out, to share, to find out about causes they didn't know, and ultimately, it changes the world for the better.
His artwork has been shared and reposted on social media numerous times.
A new wave of political art is emerging across the country.
Finally, I had a linear connection between art and helping the world. It may sound obvious to you that, of course, sharing a message, supporting a minority inherently helps the world, but like I said, I like things to be clear. I don't really do well in the abstract. I want to know how this that I'm doing now affects the future. Even if it's a butterfly effect, there's got to be an effect. But first, I did a little research into Artivism and found out some interesting things. First of all, the term came into US English in 1997, the year I was born. It was Mexican-American artists inspired by the Zapatista movement and the Chicanos who brought messages to their art in a way that would inspire change. This is what I had been looking for this whole time. M.K. Asante writes on Artivism, "The artivist uses their art to struggle and fight against injustice and opposition by any medium necessary. The art merges a commitment to freedom and justice with the pen, with the lens, the brush, the voice, the body, and the imagination. The artivist knows that to make an observation is to have an obligation." I really resonated with this. I felt like I'd found an answer to the question, how does the thing that brings me joy help the world? I'm not saying I'm Asante or Nikkolas, but I do notice that what I'm doing is making a difference. And I hope that it will keep making a difference, whether it's educating cis people, whether it's inspiring other trans people. I've noticed that a lot of people only know what trans is through the media, a very negative picture of what it is to be transgender. I'd like to show a different version of that. A beautiful, smart woman who's sharing her ideas on the world and herself. I hope me making these videos inspires people to donate to places like the Trevor Project and be more aware of what's going on with trans people in southern states especially. Maybe it'll encourage someone to not vote for someone who wants to shut down trans people. And to the people who look like me, who think like me, and most importantly, feel the way I do, other trans people, other Latin American queer people, other Latin American trans, non-binary people, I hope me being here serves as a model of coming out, of being yourself, of being open, of showing you that you're not alone. It's my subtle activism. I don't think I'm the person to lead a protest or speak at a rally, not yet anyway, but I do believe that the art I make, the video essays I make, all the videos I want to do in the future are a way of taking something beautiful, framing, color, sound, and image, and turning it into a message. I'm not saying that I alone will save trans people or change the national conversation on what it means to be transgender, but I feel like I'm helping and doing my part in sharing my art and making beautiful things that talk about people that need a helping hand. And that's what matters. And I feel a sense of calm and relief seeing that what I'm doing, although it may be obvious to some people, is making a difference. And for my brain that likes things to be connected and tied up, concluded, it's extremely important for me. So here's to all the next videos and all the other art projects, and here's to helping the world. On January 27th, my channel turned 7 years old. I haven't really made videos every week to show more than what I have for 7 years, but I'm really proud of it, and I'm excited to keep sharing, keep making art, and hopefully making the world a better place for those who do not have the means to speak out. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Bye.